Okay. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Al-Farghani series here on the Lord Master channel. This is going to be a pretty special episode in which I can only tell you this way of what this episode is going to be largely about. And the timing is right to do so. Because if you wait, that opportunity would be lost forever. But now, let us say this. In North Africa in the mid-900s, ours is a large realm, a young realm full of restless, forward-looking people. As our population grows and our borders expand, thousands are looking west to build better lives for themselves and their families. From all over the country, people from all walks of life sell everything that they own. Yeah, that's what they might be willing to do, actually. Yeah. So, I mean, I could continue on, but you probably realize what I'm doing. And that is, and I'm sure some of you loyal Lord Master viewers and subscribers that watch all of my content regardless of what it is, they'll be saying like, wait a minute, is Lord Master quoting the Oregon Trail 2 intro? I was like, yes, but I just don't want to continue further. But to be honest, it's like, I kind of forgot the rest, but you get the point. Anyways, here in my capital of Alexandria, the Pearl of the Mediterranean, the largest city in the Mediterranean, which some would think it would be like our own modern equivalent to New York City. Even though there are larger cities than that, but it is the largest in all of the Mediterranean Sea in terms of development. Unless Rome has something to say about it. Yeah, Rome's way more developed. But historically, the population of Alexandria today is the largest city of the Mediterranean. Or was it largest during the reign of the Ptolemaic kingdom? I don't know. I just did some reading a bit before this. So, you got to imagine what's causing all this. Well, I'll tell you why. Sultan Jalaluddin. A good man he is. But, however, as much as I give him so much tribute to everything, and ever since we introduced our own faith, Monotheism, which is influenced by the Berbers, but we don't know who founded that religion exactly, other than that it is founded by Berbers who wanted to create some old syncretic folk traditions to go along with Sunni Islam. And we've been living with the Berber for a long time, and we kind of want to, practice freely without. I mean, we're not being persecuted. I'm not trying to say that. No, it's just when we founded that religion here in Alexandria by my father, Khosrow, the Stumbler, who was the one that was born and raised in Barca, and then expanded eastward to Alexandria, in which he loved that city. He really loved it. He was the architect and built many things. I mean, he's the one that restored the lighthouse of Alexandria, and as well as built and restored the Oracle of Amun. If only it could tell us what. And plus, Siwa, however, it used to be populated by the Buddha people, the Berbers, also known as the Amazigh. But the thing is, I pretty much got the impression that I think they're trying to uproot that culture or wherever they own locally. And I fear we may be next, as Sogdians of Barca, that imported minority culture we introduced, far from the old homeland of Sogdiana. And now we just want to leave Egypt. I'm not saying fighting for independence or anything like that, because as a Sogdian, as a Caravaneer people, we are. So we we suggest that we should go west. How far west? Because ever since we've brought the Berbers over here, we have heard stories about the wealthy city of Sijilmasa, also known in other languages as Sijilmasa. It's part of the Trans-Saharan trade route. But the prosperity over there is poor, but it shows promises over there, especially with the development. Except, it's reached its limit because the owner of the county is a tribal holder, strongest one of the realm. And unfortunately, he is allied with the, quite possibly, and I guess we kind of established this, as the main antagonist of the series, the Aghilas. We don't view Byzantium or the Catholic realms up there as antagonists to us. No, it's these people, who comes from a bit of a line of dwarves. But he's doing fine, which he has this famed book. Boy, sometimes I wish we could just go over there and steal that artifact, and take that away from him and keep it for myself. But no, not the way. So that's our intention. Our setting off point will be from Zuara, and we will be going through the borders of the Aghilas, which they are neutral to us, even though they do not like us, because we raided them so many times whenever they're off to war. And he's sick of it. Makes worse the fact that he's zealous, as I am cynical, like my father. So after we go through Aghilas territory, then we will enter Anbia, because our target will be the Oasis of Tuat. So for the road to Sijilmasa, we will set off from Zuara, go through this corridor along the Trans-Saharan roads, desert, and then conquer the Oasis and occupy it. And it'll be our territory, which for that will be our resupply point here, as a supply limit you can see is about 2,000, especially if occupied, but it won't matter for that limit. And then after Tuat, then we will start a conquest war to take Sijilmasa. So it'll be a 2-war step there. And no, we don't border with that because that's impassable terrain there. Why did I say we? I mean them. Yeah, I should say that. But the problem is the Aghilas. And this is the one who's having children at the moment. As she is 6 months pregnant as of this day. Look, if I was to murder somebody, should I murder the ruler, the wife of the ruler, or the ruler himself? But the problem is the distance. It's a direct marriage. That's the issue. Oh, and also, by the way, that man is scaly, in case you're wondering what's wrong with him. Anyways, we better send our spy master. Are you sure you're the best? Amongst the best. Yes. Well, this one is slightly better, but I don't trust him. As skillful as he is as a seducer, but... let me see. Does it matter if he's a ruler or not? 1 second. Sorry, Parvin. Which is my sister. 1 second. I doubt it improves. Because if... support this scheme. For the hostile scheme power to help me out on this. 2 years? 2 years. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. Head to there. Find some secrets inside of that court. I don't care who they are, but especially that we ought to convince those people to, that we gotta blackmail them, and then get the hooks on them so we could use the hooks to make them join the scheme. I'm even tempted to switch to intrigue just for that, for increased agent acceptance. And I may even have to make up claims. Make up claims, make up hooks, fabricate. But it'll be 18 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I always wanted to write an epic, just for the renown game. You know what? This can take a break. Let's go for skullduggery. It'll take 3 years before I even get to do this. Of course, it still won't matter. Oh, you're also the court physician. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Now, in the meantime, we will still start that war, because the opportunity is there, and we must not lose that opportunity. Because look, the strength is inferior. They may have nearly 2,000 levies, but they are backed up by lots of Moorish cavalry. They're very dangerous. But we still have plenty of pikemen, which will definitely hold off the infantry. That's to hold off the cavalry. But however, our infantry size is not at the max, which we really should. And we will raise the armies upon declaration of war. And if you want to refill those number of reinforcements, take the Oasis. And do not move out of that Oasis. And during this time of war, we'll find secrets in there, and hopefully we can blackmail a few people. So we can get rid of either of the two. Preferably her. I mean, his intrigue skill is low, and hers, that too, but fickle makes it resist. Okay, so we've decided it'll be him. Plus the attraction to vassal opinion may help it. And he doesn't have the prestige either. So he must have done something wrong in his life. Okay, it's been nearly 15 minutes, so... But there is one last task before I send my men. Remember these men. Tamasp, Zartosh, they're Sogdians. Ganem Sigi. Oh, Berber. Big Tor. Egyptian. Haidar. Buddha. Agdara Bakle. Buddha. And Kavus. Sogdian. Dalat, Maghrebi, Walid Muhammad, and Rusin from Benghazi. And of course, Aghilas ibn Silya, the best commander out of all of us. You may not like me as he worships the Ibadi faith, but the thing is about him is that, despite our differences, especially in cultural acceptance, and you view Malbatism as a hostile faith. But again, you're the best commander of all of us. You're a tough soldier, and your doctrine belonging to that Ibadi faith, that's the reason why there's still some use of that. And plus that monthly last. You know what? If we accomplish this goal, and when we reach Sijilmasa, I will reward you land, because you are too valuable to me. But there is one last request I would like to have for you. Can I learn your language? It'll take time, I know. And we don't have time to invite more friends. This is what you got, alright? This is what you're going to be coming with. So, ready? Ready for the journey west. Tuat will be the objective. Take over the Oasis, and that will be the staging area to Sijilmasa, the Promised Land. We do have a few Egyptian allies, but they're kind of far away to make a bit of a difference, but they'll be bringing their allies too, including the Sultan of the Idrisids, which is a reduced realm. It's a rump state at this point, so don't worry about it. But the strength is inferior. But you got a lot of prestige, so you might as well call allies in, because I'm not taking any chances on this journey west. So, let's go. Westward ho. Take 25 days to assemble everything. And this is the reason why he is the best out of all of us. With the possible exception of him, but he's more of the expert of the land, because he's a desert warrior. He's a logistician, which adds up more to supply duration, and take far less attrition during the journey west out on the deserts. And an organizer, so +5 advantage in desert, +2 in advantage in desert, so that's +7 in total. And you take less attrition being out in the desert while traveling, and negates the supply limit penalty in desert. That's why he is my marshal. That's why I give you this task. If we accomplish on our journey west, and when we get to Sijilmasa, I will reward you land. I promise you. And I think you should keep the Ibadi faith for yourself, because it seems it has helped you. Prowess per level of devotion. What amazing people. Warriors of Tanzanga. Too bad we don't have any light cavalry or camel cavalry. Perhaps we should introduce that when we get to Sijilmasa. Now remember, this journey will take about 9 months or so to get to them. So ready? Let's go. Seems even. Tell you what, I'll be bringing my friends too. I speak the Arabic language, yes. They'll have to come in by ship. Because as I said before, I'm not taking any chances. Oh, how do you like that? If he learned my language. As much as I would like to get prestige, but hey, you could be my friend. I should also befriend that Berber Commander. There, we gained a little few levies before we set off. That's the reason why I increased that size. Now train the commanders, so we can increase the night effectiveness. Increases by 1% them up to 20%. Because at the moment, it's only at 100% effectiveness. A little bit of increase while traveling, as we'll be there in 9 months. So it'll be enough time. Our bowmen are full, but not the light footmen. We didn't have time. We will refill it all when we conquer the Oasis. There's the enemy. They just left. That's one of them. My beneficiary, Aghavni, approaches me with a thoughtful expression. Is anyone special to you, my lord? She must have read my irritation at such a personal question from my face, because she continues. I mean, is there anyone you wish to dedicate your commissioned artifact to? It's turning out well, but meaningful inscription would make it feel even more personal. You know, you're gonna get more prestige when you declare another conquest war and to bring allies over. So there is no need for a dedication. So we're bypassing this lake there. So come on, we got 8 months to go. We'll be there in May of 950. We won't be able to catch them. Now, you see this? Typically, when you're over the supply line, you would be dropping by -5 every time. But thanks to our commander, that reduces it by half. So we only lose 2 supplies a month. Actually, there's 3. See, thanks to him. Again, he knows the desert. He knows the way. I mean, who are you going to question him? He may be a wild oat because, whoever, you know, whoever did this to the mother, I'm sure he would be proud whoever his father was. Levying grounds complete in Tripolitana, which adds more levies if we're ever occupied. Sabotage. Aghavni's express cries spoil a quiet one. How am I to go about making mail when my tongs keep going missing? She rushed over me. My lord, every time I make a bit of progress, it seems something goes wrong. I'm certain someone in court's tampered with my work. The armor huffs frustrated storms off back to her armory. One second. Could it be? No. Abdul Hassan? Okay, now put it back. The saboteur lures me. But it's gonna be of lower quality, excuse me. Blast. We might be able to catch them. Because this one is a long way. It's a long trail, I know. We're about to eliminate this on me. Well done, Sartosht. Where are you? Well done. You're a holy warrior. See, this is why I brought you over. You may be old, but you still got a lot of fight in you. So it was in Sadrata. So we slew him, and we've captured 3 prisoners. All Maghrebi. Question is, are any of you good? Talent-wise? You? I know you're a prisoner of war and we can't get you in the... Yourself is fine. I'll keep tabs on you. Now, continue on the journey west. So we basically passed through a halfway point. Wargla is the halfway point. Keep that well in mind. Oh, is that so? Disputed heritage. Oh, that's the second wife. Intriguing. Strong hook. Yes. Now we may have an agent on board. In order for the possible assassination of Abu Ghazula. Don't worry. I won't tell your secret. Yeah, you have your issues. Unfortunately, she likes the leech too much. That's rather unfortunate, but would you be willing to betray your friend? I know there ain't none, but a strong hook may be able to convince. But I need a little more. Four months. Nice. You know, I would like to have more sons, because knowing that we plan on going west, then I might be leaving Egypt for good. So you should consider yet another alliance from somewhere. Probably from within the realm. Or one of those realms, anyway. Like, say, over there. You got none? Alexandrian. Oh, that's me. Right. You're one of the hostiles. Okay, I didn't see you there. Probably them. Oh, huh. Sickly. Masmuda. Urban tribe. Hey. I mean, originally I was looking for somebody to get married, but isn't my son already betrothed? Unfortunately, yeah, he's taken. Now, listen, I know your son is sickly, and I hope he'll recover. Was born last year. Now, listen, would you mind? No? Too many existing alliances. Well, we have ways of convincing you. Nice. God dang it! But the personal scheme I have is learning a language. Anyways, the journey continues. Yeah, only took light casualties for us. To wonder how our worst of the Far East group is our commander. So you gotta protect him at all times. You need to protect yourself like it's a pupil in your eye. So they have assembled an army, and we will win decisively. Yeah, we're about to meet them, and once you're there after you defeat the army, then occupy the Oasis. So now they're going to make a stand. They realize they can't go anywhere. We'll take attrition casualty, which is 180, but it's still high numbers. We'll have dual escape from dungeons. Guards have not sustained the defense, but the damage is already done nonetheless. Curse you, Abdullah. It was a landed character. Anyways, to the battle. Advantage is the same. Al-Farghani is wounded. Zartosh! He was one of the best. Killed him. Dada. He's doing well. In fact, I believe he's the best fighter of all of us. Or is he the best commander? We got him. Crud. Nobleman. He was one of the best. He must have slipped up of his old age and he got him. Now it'll take 4 months. Keep in mind, he's leading an army somewhere. Yes, that was him. That was the commander himself. But our allies is going to take their time to get here, so we'll be reinforced. When are you going to be here? Both of you. They'll be here in 9 months, so that means do not move out of Tuat unless you want to occupy more. Abdul Hassan. He was my rival, but he was the best physician we had. It's time to hire another. And soon. Let's see. You got a mystic, a Koranist, or a dwarf. Diplomat. It kind of makes you wonder, gee, I should marry this woman if I want some diplomacy skill increased. But no, I'll go for alternate medicine. Actually, that would put me in a negative idea. Never mind. Go for Parvana. I'm spending quite a fortune to get a woman of her talents to work. Deviants, huh? Sephardic Jewish. He's just visiting in a court. If you don't accept it, I'm going to expose your secret. Well, a threat was made. There can only be one outcome. You are a sexual deviant. You are a predator. Spring, but spust will stop. My lord, a beneficiary Al-Farghani waves me over a covered armor's thing. She is trying hard to keep a professional demeanor, but I can see the fire in her eyes as she tells me her work is done. With a flourish, she rips the fabric covering away, and my eyes grow wide. With a flourish, she rips the fabric covering away, and my eyes grow wide. While the chain links do not offer room for decoration, the firework on the riveting sets is a piece of parts from the common mail. The center includes a crest helmet with a decorative eyebrow piece. The whole armor has been plated with a thick layer of gold. Excellent. That's a fine armor you got there, and more injury resistance. Just to make this Sogdian warrior in me, if I were to ever go out, feel a little more tougher. Every nook and cranny. A dark night can truly make the shadows of my castle always come alive. The perceived risk for unsanctioned visitors rise ever higher for every unguarded corner spot. If I alone could see this many faults, imagine what more people with a similar perspective could do. No need for that. My perspective alone is enough. There's some loot in there. I'll have to occupy this next. Got Tuat. We've got a granddaughter. Not an heir to anything, obviously. But it'll certainly pay. That'll prevent him from hiring any cheap mercenaries. Because knowing him, mercenary hire costs are cheaper for them. But despite the occupation of the Oasis, the supply limit is not enough. So we should occupy more. Yeah. Like preferably over there. And then to there. I mean, we can't occupy every single part of it. Just as long as we hold the relevant objective, you'll be fine. It'll take another 4 months. 1,000 and there's code over 2,000 there. So we may have to split our forces. Alright, additional taxes. I lost some of that stress because I'm greedy. Thank you very much. Because what the hell am I going to do with that amount of money? Other than possibly celebrate the Sade festival, which only costs about 100. And what the heck else? I wish I could send another Silk Road entertainers, but that time has not come yet. Oh, they finally caught them up. Good. They're back to strength, just as we feared. It's the reason why we don't want to engage them, and we gotta break that alliance. And he's made another one. Draw. Oh, that's from within the realm. That doesn't matter. Oh, actually, that's his son. Okay. One day, we're gonna rid of you. But you know, he is forgiving. Patient, that's scheme resistant. Plus the distance is another factor. Yeah, you got him. They've put up a fight, but you got him. Still say you still want a son? Well, what are you waiting for? If you want to have a lot of children, well, there's someone like her that can help you get a lot of children in a hurry. Barely. It'll have to do. Because I want to have more sons, knowing that one day I may leave Egypt. As I would be living over there. Since it's going to be isolated from Egypt, we might gain independence organically rather than we fight for it. War score increased a bit after they defeated one of the allied armies. 68%. Next target. We still got plenty of supply to boot. And after this, we should split our forces, return to the Oasis, and split up. That's your next thing. Try one more time. And perhaps soon. Because I don't think one is enough. So we can't murder the man. As I said, I can't murder the man until the alliance between them is broken. Or you wait for him to die, which is highly unlikely, because who would want to get rid of him? He rules a kingdom. Sultanate, to be exact. Supplies are starting to run low now, so after you bring down this area, then then head to the Oasis and resupply, reinforce, all that. Coming back with full force, I see. Hold your position, or go wherever. At least we'd have nearly all of our men-at-arms filled. No, not the light footmen. I mean, when you're gaining through occupied territory, you do get reinforced. "95%, we will win this war. Just defeat them here, despite the low supplies." Alright. We're saving this time. Oh, hi there. God dang it, we're losing good men to these. That's another one of ours. But at least you survived. You uncovered a secret? Another deviant, another guest. That's it. We're gonna have to do this. This is your first and only chance. Man's got a lot of money. That's another thing I fear about him. He'll use that money for mercenaries. Well, we should be saving our money for our own mercenaries too. Nevertheless, we got what we wanted. Of course, I would be over the limit. And plus, wrong government type. Which, if you wish, you could feudalize it. Which sounds like an idea. I mean, there's room for a city and a mosque, if that's ever going to be an option. Well, remember, it's isolated from us. We can invite about 4 of them. Ooh, barely. And I know it's going to get me stressed because I'm greedy, because I'm spending a large amount of money to get rid of him. How much does that contribute? Okay. I was about to say, who is that woman with the hook that I have? Oh yes, her. Strong hook, making you an offer you cannot refuse, and this will definitely help. We will not advance until he is eliminated. Now, would you like to join? G is his name. You're only a guest, but you're a useful man. I could bribe him, but it won't accept but a hook and a bribe? Oh, I only have to pay him. Okay. Cheap man, huh? Ah, it's because he's generous. And he's like, oh no, thank you, don't need the money. I was like, okay, how about a bribe and a favor you owe me? Because I could have revealed your secret. I was like, fine. I guess I'll join your little plot. Good boy. And I think we need one more just to be safe. Actually, it's considering offer. So we already got one agent in. That's the other guy. There. We should be safe. Okay, how much do I have to bribe you? God damn it, man! You just want me to you know, fine. That's gonna be the last one. Because there aren't any more that I could convince. Actually, there's a few more, but they're not worth being spent, especially this one. Deviant. Doesn't like scaly people. So for now, move your rally point to here. And if you were to assemble there, in a hypothetical scenario, this is what it might look like. It takes 42 days to assemble. Safe distance from there to there. So there. So plus we'll be at full strength. And we have our fighters to replace them, which unfortunately we lost 2 very good men. But we still have our commander. We should raid him, because there's a little bit of loot we could just bring home from there to there. Oh, they just brought them recently. That is a Berber specialty. More of that desert cavalry. But we gotta break that alliance by killing him. It's the only way. And then once we accomplish that, then the journey to the west is complete. I still got my donkeys, but remember, that stewardship is going to expire. So you all paid from a previous marriage, I see. Because I kind of don't want to test their defenses. Oh, and just for doing that, we kind of split the nation a bit. Advantage us. And this child ruler here, who's ambitious and opinionated liege vassals won't like that. So there's a good chance there might be a rebellion when we take Sijilmasa that he'll have to handle, so it's more mess for him. So wait a few months. It'll take 12 months. Ah, yes, my prisoners. Here you go. You, come here. You're gonna be recruited in because we need your talent. I don't want you to die in here. Because you have a purpose to serve. Because you might be the second best commander. Take that off. Anyone else? I'm looking at all of you based on prowess. Alright, join up. You're going to be joining on the journey west. And the rest of you, well, never underestimate Berber girls. It's almost like I wish we would have that martial set to equal for us. But that required divergence and a certain tradition and a certain religion, all that stuff. Where I would love to have Berber women fighting for us. Welcome. Again, wrong government type, which I may have to change it to clan when we reach there. But it will begin as soon as he's murdered. Hope for the best. And not to mention, we better kill him and then take the area And quickly before I will lose the benefits of the domain holdings because of those donkeys. Those donkeys I purchased long ago. Set to expire. Hope for another son, so that way when I leave I'll give some of the Egyptian lands away to my children. I mean, after all, I'm the holder of 3 of these titles. And I may hold another one in the future for this. Quite far away. I have been stressed lately because of all that greed, so it doesn't hurt for me to go hunting. Injured. Bounding through the oasis, I'm getting on a majestic lion and I've been chasing for hours. Just as I prepare to strike, I hear my spy master, Azga, crying in pain. He has fallen and is now clutching his leg. He's fallen and he can't get up. Hey, it helps a little bit if I increase a bit of learning. I will tend to him. I'll do that for once. Now it's 58% instead of 55. Every little bit helps. Hunt is drawing it in. Mount our horses to lead the Oasis behind his light fades from the sky. Everything that could go wrong seemed to do so, but there were silver linings to be found. Don't ever ask your liege for anything ever again. Yes, I'm a witch, but don't tell anyone. Because in our religion, we view it as acceptable because of syncretic folk traditions. "6 months. We do have a court tutor, right? Oh my goodness, why do you not have a court tutor? You could potentially screw that up. My court physician and Koranist. Get over here. Help me with this. With the language learning, because sometimes I may not know who says what. Now it takes 2 years. Gotta learn the language of the people, knowing you're gonna be living amongst them for good." He's going somewhere. He is helping out Al-Jazir. Al-Jazir claiming So while he's away, the army is away, we could just come in to take without opposition. That's very good. And they're involved in that too. Alright, we got another commander. Gee, how do you say your name? Skilled tactician, cautious, good fighter, but he's spindly. Welcome to the army, and welcome to the ongoing journey westward. Oh my dear Sagar, I might have not loved you yet. I feel you're passing more gently than I ever thought possible. You were always there, my constant companion. Did I take you for granted? There are so many things left unsaid. I hope you find peace. Plus, she was past childbearing age, anyway. So, hey, more opportunity. You know, she was the one with the very high stewardship. Crud. Starosta, excuse me. But there is an alternative where you don't need an alliance for it. As beautiful as she looks, but there are others. Eek Spindly. Okay, there's one more candidate, but it's past childbearing age. God damn it! What do you want? You want somebody with good skill? She's an architect. She's an architect and an administrator. And shrewd. And a poet. And again, it's my firstborn who's going to inherit everything, especially Sijilmasa when we get there eventually. Or do you want the Russian girl? And that means a tiny little alliance, which makes very little difference. And plus, come from all the way down in Nubia. And plus, she isn't going to be in my court, that's another issue. She's not going to always be there for me. But I wouldn't mind having beautiful children, and it adds fertility, you know. And the chance of that is high. Okay. I would love to seduce her, but I can't. I must learn the language. The language of the locals. It's progress of 8. Again, still remains there. Oh, it's about time. You know, just to make her like me even more, so it'll be more likely to have children from her. Send in the Silk Road entertainers. That'll do. Who would want to kill Tomas? The answer is my sister. Crud, another daughter, or I prefer another son. But since she is Argelian, think. Roxana. That's what we call her in the West. In the native language, it's Roxana. Oh, here it comes. My agents have scheduled a journey for Abu Ghazula, which will take them through the dark woods. All that is missing is a band of thugs that will tragically slay them and a highway robbery gone wrong. I already can imagine the blood seeping to the dark side. Oh, the woods can be such a dangerous place. But of course, I'll be getting some of that stress again because I'm a greedy bastard. Get ready. The thugs did their job. He is no more. As the travel party start the camp for the evening, bandits pour off among the trees, calling for blood and gold. The soldiers fought back, but thankfully it was not enough, and he was tragically slain in the melee. However, one of the bandits must have been captured, for it's come to Lyles behind attack. Again with the 5% chance of that secrecy gone wrong. Welp, I'm a murderer now. Which is, again, all that has happened. And on my real-life birthday to boot. You got a couple of months before all that stewardship benefit is forever lost. I come to the realization landed character and I don't have all the good benefits. But don't worry, we'll be getting out of Egypt soon. You only have one ally, and that's from within. In fact, that means you have no allies then. As much as I would love to conquer all of this, but I guess we'll have to work our way up each time. So this is it. He's got a lot. mean, all that he's had, I mean, they're all up there. Not to mention, angry as hell. Just don't worry about that one ally. Because they're talking about that one down there. And some of them in arms. So, plus, he might hire mercenaries, so you better open up your pockets, because you're going to need some mercenaries too. And some allies. Better watch out for hostile armies. I mean, no, the movement is locked, so they're already going to be out of our hair in no time. There's only one, but unfortunately that would put us in debt. Well, we're on our own here. We got 42 days to assemble everybody there. And the journey to get there is it takes 4 months. Might as well. I will go back to diplomacy soon. Fabricated hook would be useful if we want to get rid of somebody else. Well, I'm just like my father, except I didn't kinslay anybody. Time for you to move again. I had a dream last night that Allah came by to tell me that I was a disappointment to the heavens. I woke up perturbed, wondering if that was truly the case. I sure hope not. Well, you murdered a guy! You murdered a guy! Don't you feel ashamed about that? Who's that? Oh, next door neighbor. Too small. But what's your... I mean, look at the comparisons of your wives. Your stewardship is 11. Hers is 19. Out of 15. Okay. Senna, you will be my new primary spouse. For the reasons to manage the domain a little. Just to help alleviate a little bit of that situation. And train commanders again for the effectiveness of our fighters. Forgot about that part. Well, like this time we have full men-at-arms. He's still got a bunch of levies from that army he's inherited. So that's problematic. Perhaps he should have called those allies in. It's kind of too late at this point because of the distance. No? Well, we ain't got time for that. My goodness! That's an unnecessary amount of prestige I'll be telling just to get a Russian woman over here. Why am I so damn stupid? I should have married that spindly woman. Well, why don't you divorce one of them? That's another question. How much is it for a divorce? You can't. 28, 41. You know, you could go on a pilgrimage, you know. It's another thing you could do. But we're at war, unfortunately. But you can celebrate the Sadet festival. But remember, those mercenaries that are already in use. Hey, we got mercenaries now. Okay, because Again, not taking any chances. Go hire one. This is the Kushite band. And the captain, holy warrior. Oh, and a good one. Reckless, but a holy warrior. He'll definitely kill those so-called infidels under his watch. So basically, this is the best option we have. It's just more bowmen and light footmen. Even though we're up against mainly Moorish cavalry. And they got mercenaries too. They lost some of the... Hang on. Are you sure they lost some of their levies? Oh, combining this... No. He's still got a bunch of them out there on the field that were already utilized during the war up here, but now it's coming back down here. Yeah. Get the mercenaries. 3 years contract. You will provide backup. And it would be better to take the objective swiftly. We know that there's a child ruler in there, and there's a chance to capture him alive. And then we end the war quickly. My sister died of typhus. By Allah, the petitioners from the realm are queuing up lately. This work feels endless. Yet another one steps forward, evidently a distressed merchant of some kind. Do you have any taxes for me? No? Then I don't much care. The merchant gawps at me, blinking rapidly in shock. Was it something I said? Last one, and then I want to be alone. There are those mercenaries they hired. The Barani bands of 10 well. Do we have a siege master? Yes, we do. It's Victor. Good. Okay, so when we defeat this little army here, get the siege master. Journey west must be completed. We got him. Plus, I saw somebody died. Oh, good. It'll be 4 months siege, but... Alright, come over here. It's because of the phase time. It'll be reduced. It'll get things done faster. See, you gotta be an expert for such things. Oh, and my donkeys are gone. So I will be giving away some of the lands. Probably my son to, over there. Not to mention going to inherit all this. My court tutor Parvane has been aiding me day and night in efforts to learn Tamazghi. Her dedication to the art of teaching is inspirational. There's not a day where I'm not brought to Tamazghi to read. Learned Buddha Manikan verse with extraordinary runic rhyme. Don't be that greedy. She is doing her job well. Tended by a court tutor. There's some chance of success. Stand by. Hopefully we capture the ruler and the throne in there. Then Sijilmasa will be ours. And then our journey west is complete. We didn't get him, but we did take his armor. Is that better than mine? see. Compare and contrast. Frost +2 injury resistance. Well, this night effectiveness slightly better. That's only if I'm leading the troops, and I'm not. Okay. So, 23 days, 39 days. This is the next target, so move up. Head to this. So we have the objective. Oh, watch your back. We're in their way. And this is the only way up. Yes, another sun. That's what I wanted. So that way you can give away all the duchies while I'll make my own destiny out west. Zartosht, named after that great fallen warrior rather than Prophet Zoroaster of long time ago. So we have to occupy more territories then in order to win the war. We couldn't get the child. So he remains, unfortunately. They're turning around. Praise Allah, he's turning around. %, so one more holding and then that's it. What took you? Uh-oh. Get over here. God damn it. We could have put our positions up in the mountains. We would have had a big advantage over them. But they got the riders of the mountains. But don't worry, we have those mercenaries. Any attempt to retake it, we'll get them. Or the alternative is bring those two forces together and they will not attack us. They'll have a bit of a defender advantage, unfortunately. Come on, hurry up, move up. They're gonna engage us. Two could play that game. But he might be the one to lead with the faith hostility advantage, which I don't know if it's gonna work because I'm a Muslim and him serving under me as a mercenary and all that. But nevertheless, we'll probably win. And friendly reinforcements is going to take a long time to get here, so this is going to be our only shot. Which again, they are mad. And our supplies ran low because expeditionary warfare has its flaws. No. Not converting my son to that faith. You stay away from him. Defensive buildings. Moscow never back down, so they brought a bad commander for the job. Backed away. Try to counter against it. Slow down so I will know the reports. Tomas, our best fighter, has dealt with him. We got him, we got him. The Nubian mercenary captain did it. And we captured the commander. We We would also love to bring you in. Again, we need talent in our ranks. We got it. Sijilmasa. Here we are. Just as we wanted it. And I know we are way over the domain limit, but I'll have it fixed now. Now, here's the deal. It's like, yes, we live in Alexandria there. As much as I'd like to live in here, with all its development and all the great wealth, but that Sultan sunscreen made using Egyptian recipe. What the heck is this? Character currently possesses an oil made from mostly from rice, jasmine, lupine, and other herbs that is based on an old Egyptian recipe. It is meant to be applied on the skin to help prevent sunburns and tanning. I didn't know they were into that. But anyways, we wanted to forge our own destiny. We want to get away from the Sultan, so we will have an independent realm, which, as we described before, it'll be organic. And with them being isolated due to separation by a desert, whoever is his vassals there, I'm sure we'll have them dealt with. And whenever the truce between us expires, talk about this one. In 5 years' time, we'll get this, and then draw all of that. Now, before we give lands away, let's feudalize this, but it'll... Yipe! Okay, someone can have it. And I think I know who. I promised someone that I was going to reward him. You. This land is going to be yours, as a thanks to your service. Plus it gets a bit of that cultural acceptance again. So you'll be my vassal. A tribal vassal. You're going to be the Amja. Look at you. You're about to be gallant. That's the reason why you stuck along with us for so long. Okay, that's one. And another. Gonna give away this mosque to some local. That's another thing. I'd like to keep Tripolitania for economic reasons. So you can only give away 2. And only 2. Derna and Tobruk. Give it to my second son, since he's going to be there in Serenica, so give him those lands anyway. But I'm keeping Barca. So you'll be the vassal serving under me. But one day, you will be the ruler of Serenica. And you will have Barca as well. Remember, if we want to take over all this, we must take the other 2. And now let's make this official. This is going to be our new capital. Unfortunately, we will be leaving Alexandria. And it's for a good reason. Because we want a new start. And a new life. In a new land. But the primary title will still be Alexandria until we acquire this. Whenever we can usurp it. We just need to take one more to usurp it. Yeah. Just gonna have to wait till next summer for this. construction slowdown, unfortunately, and it costs more. And it's going to last a couple of years. Expect false converts, and of course there's prosperity. So we can do this. Not a valid target 2, you just moved here. 1 second later, and then here we are. So now we're starting to make money again. 12 years? What the? Ah, Sijilmasa's prosperity. So you know what? We will resolve all of this, but in actuality, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to cut this episode short because I want this episode to be the how did we get from Alexandria to all the way over there, knowing that sooner or later, due to the separation between the two nations, that there is going to be a time where we will become independent without having to fight for it. It's due to that separation we're going to break away from Egypt, and we'll have to, you know, get accustomed to be living here and all that, and as well as keep raising the money for future construction projects, and perhaps the mercenaries. Oh no, they're still here. If you wish to renew it, but you better start raising funds, boy. And if you want to get quick money, you can always get raid. You can always go raid. That's what I mean. Especially Ibn Idris Sultan of that rump state up there. I'm sure he's got court artifacts and plenty of wealth. In fact, got any court artifacts that we may potentially steal from? Because who knows, one day, take it off of them and then put it in our future royal court if we were to establish our own kingdom. And that's something I might look forward to. Found a new kingdom. And also we are far enough to get possibly involved into the Iberian struggle, but it's not my intention to go to Iberia. I don't have that in mind, no. We're more interested in the Trans-Saharan thing. That's what I'm more interested of. And we'll get into all of this, because in the next episode, we'll resolve Sijilmasa's long-standing conflicts, as this is going to be settled territory here. And with the help of my good man here, that together will be strong, and all that, and more. We'll see you in the next episode, but until then, so long for now.